Libido isn't just how much you want it, it's how you crave. The pace, the intensity, the kind of attention that turns your whole nervous system into a live wire. In astrology, your birth date doesn't doom you to a personality, it hands you a signature. Which planets pull your desire forward? What element fuels you? Fire, earth, air, water, and what you secretly need to feel safe enough to fully burn. Some people are slow heat, steady, devastating. Some are fireworks, sudden, unstoppable. Some are ocean tide, pulling you under without raising their voice. The hottest signs aren't always the loudest flirt in the room. Sometimes it's the one who watches you like they already know what you're trying to hide. Sometimes it's the one who laughs, touches your wrist once, and suddenly your thoughts stop making sense. Your date of birth shapes your libido's language. Mars shows how you chase, Venus shows what seduces you, Pluto shows what you'll obsess over, and the moon shows what makes you melt. And when those energies line up in certain zodiac archetypes, desire becomes a story you remember, not a moment you forget. Here are 5 signs that tend to carry that dangerously unforgettable aura. Not because they're perfect, oh, they're not, but because their passion comes with gravity. And gravity always leaves a mark. Scorpio, the slow burn spell you didn't notice until you were already caught. Scorpio doesn't flirt like a hobby. Scorpio flirts like a confession. Their heat isn't noisy, it's focused. They make you feel chosen, studied, seen, as if your skin is reading their mind and their mind is reading your skin. With Scorpio, passion isn't a mood, it's emerging. They don't want a fun night. They want the moment that changes how you define intimacy afterward. Why they're unforgettable. Scorpio's power is intensity with precision. They're emotionally brave in private, and that bravery can feel like a locked door finally opening. They're magnetic because they don't rush. They build tension like a soundtrack you can't turn off. They know how to make you feel like the main character, and they never do it accidentally. The hidden side you must be ready for. Scorpio doesn't just want closeness. They want certainty. If they sense dishonesty, half-truths, or emotional wandering, their passion can flip into suspicion, testing, or silent control. They may love you deeply and still keep a part of themselves guarded, because vulnerability is sacred to them. With Scorpio, you must be ready for truth, not performative truth, but the kind that costs you something. Best way to love them: be consistent, be direct, and don't play games you can't finish. Scorpio will forgive mistakes sometimes, but they don't forgive repeated disrespect. Give them loyalty and emotional depth, and you'll meet a partner whose devotion feels like a private universe. Aries, the spark that turns into a wildfire in 10 seconds. Aries' desire is immediate, electric, fearless. They don't wonder if they should text. They do it. They don't flirt to be admired, they flirt to ignite. Their libido runs on adrenaline, conquest, and the thrill of being wanted right back. Aries brings the kind of passion that feels like a door being kicked open in your life. Suddenly everything is louder, brighter, faster. Why they're unforgettable. Aries makes you feel alive. Their energy says, stop overthinking, come here. They're bold with affection, generous with pursuit, and they love the moment when you finally stop resisting. Their passion is clean, hot, and straightforward, no confusing fog, no endless hints. With Aries, you know exactly where you stand, because they'll pull you there. The hidden side you must be ready for. Aries can burn fast and get bored if the relationship becomes a museum of routine. They need challenge, movement, novelty. If they feel ignored or controlled, they can become impatient, reactive, or wildly independent. They don't always pause to consider your emotional timing. They act first, apologize later sometimes. Their passion is incredible, but it can come with a temper and a my way streak. Best way to love them: match their courage, not their chaos. Keep things playful, praise them honestly, and never punish them with silence. Aries thrives when love feels like a shared adventure, not a cage. If you can keep the energy alive, Aries will choose you with a loyalty that looks like fighting for you. Leo, the heat that feels like worship. Leo doesn't just want chemistry. Leo wants a romance worthy of a spotlight. Their passion is theatrical in the best way: warm, generous, confident. They love creating moments: touch, laughter, attention, the feeling that you're both starring in something rare. Leo's libido is tied to admiration. When they feel desired, they become unstoppable. Why they're unforgettable. Leo gives you the full experience. They don't do half love. They turn affection into celebration, and desire into a kind of glowing affirmation. You're beautiful. You're mine. Look at you. They're often excellent at making a partner feel safe enough to be bold because Leo's presence says, relax, I've got you. Their passion has sunshine in it. It's hot, but it's also joyful. The hidden side you must be ready for. Leo needs appreciation like lungs need air. If they feel taken for granted, they can become dramatic, proud, or quietly resentful. They may crave attention and become jealous if they sense they're not the priority. And sometimes Leo confuses love with being adored, which can create power struggles if both partners want to be the star. Best way to love them: praise them specifically, not vaguely. Let them feel chosen. Flirt with them even after you've won them. If you feed Leo's heart, their passion becomes protective, playful, and profoundly loyal, like someone lighting a fire just to keep you warm. Taurus, the slow, sensual luxury that ruins average forever. Taurus doesn't do frantic. Taurus does inevitable. Their libido is earthy, tactile, and deeply sensory: touch, smell, taste, warmth, texture. With Taurus, desire isn't a chase, it's a ritual. They know how to turn ordinary space into something intimate. A certain light, a certain pause, a certain look that says, come closer, without begging for it. Why they're unforgettable. Taurus is the master of body language and they speak it fluently. They're patient enough to build anticipation until your mind is begging your body to catch up. Their passion feels safe, indulgent, and hungry at the same time, like being desired by someone who isn't trying to impress you, because they already decided you're worth it. Taurus makes intimacy feel like being chosen slowly, which is the most addictive kind of choosing. The hidden side you must be ready for. Taurus is devoted but stubborn. If they feel pushed, rushed, or emotionally manipulated, they dig in like a locked door. They can become possessive when insecure, and they don't forgive broken trust easily. Also, Taurus loves comfort. If the relationship becomes too heavy, too dramatic, too unpredictable, they may withdraw into silence or routine rather than talk it out in the moment. Their passion is consistent, but they require emotional stability to stay open. Best way to love them: be dependable, sensual, and honest. Don't weaponize jealousy. Don't threaten them with "I'm leaving" unless you truly mean it. Give Taurus calm loyalty and physical affection, and they'll give you a love life that feels like a private paradise: steady, rich, and impossible to forget. Sagittarius, the wild heat that feels like freedom and gets under your skin. Sagittarius' passion is playful, fearless, and dangerously fun. They seduce with laughter, daring, and the sense that rules are optional. Their libido is tied to curiosity: new experiences, new places, new versions of you. With Sagittarius, desire feels like a road trip at midnight. You didn't plan it, but now you can't stop smiling. Why they're unforgettable. Sagittarius brings spark. They make intimacy feel like discovery, not performance. They're bold enough to try, honest enough to say what they like, and relaxed enough to make you feel zero shame about wanting more. Their passion has a rare quality: it doesn't just turn you on, it expands you. You leave them feeling braver, freer, more alive than before, and that's exactly why the memory sticks. The hidden side you must be ready for. Sagittarius hates cages. If they sense control, jealousy, or emotional interrogation, they'll pull away fast even if they truly like you. Sometimes they disappear into space when the bond gets too intense, not because they're cruel, but because intensity can feel like obligation. They can also chase excitement and unintentionally leave someone feeling uncertain. They love deeply, but they love lightly until they decide you're their person. Best way to love them: give them trust, humor, and room to breathe. Be interesting on your own, not to compete, but to match their spirit. If you can keep love feeling like choice rather than pressure, Sagittarius becomes one of the most loyal adventurers you'll ever meet: passionate, generous, and unforgettable in the most intoxicating way. A little truth at the end: these 5 aren't better lovers than everyone else. They're simply the signs whose archetypes often carry strong desire signatures: Scorpio's depth, Aries heat, Leo's fire, Taurus sensuality, Sagittarius freedom. But the real secret, the hottest energy, isn't in your sun sign alone. It's in your Mars and Venus: how you want, how you seduce, and what makes you feel safe enough to fully ignite.